Hi! If you ended up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up and of course subscribe and hit that notification button so that you know when there's a new video getting published. And of course, share the video. It's really helping my channel. You can also get in touch with me in any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now. Please subscribe to me on Twitter. I'm going to start uploading some new content on Twitter, something different from what I do here. Okay, let's go back to the video. Jimin breaks a 60-year drought. There has only been 9 acts to land a #1 in Billboard Hot 100 with a non-English song, and only 1 Asian act to do so. Kyu Sakamoto with Ue O Muite Aruko, also known as Sukiyak, bagged the top spot back in 1963. That's 60 years ago. That is until Jimin barges in with Like Crazy, with virtually no radio support, no US promotion, totally unaccompanied. Jimin touched the summit, reinforcing a message BTS started delivering years ago. The market wants them. And this is why. Because they deliver quality music with messages the people need. India lands a spacecraft near the moon's south pole. India became the first country to land a spacecraft near the moon's south pole, a historic voyage to uncharted territory that scientists actually believe could hold vital reserves of frozen water and technological triumph for the world's most populous nation. India now joins the United States, the Soviet Union, and China as only the 4th country to achieve this milestone. A lander with a rover inside touched down on the moon at 6:04 p.m. local time, August 24. The successful mission showcases India's rising standing as a technology and space powerhouse. This is very consistent with the image that the Prime Minister Modi is trying to project, an ascendant country asserting its place among the global elite. Suga comes out of nowhere. Rap has been and still is dominated by African Americans, and rightfully so. It is their genre, born of their history and identity. So when Suga, aka August D, clocked in the best single arena concert in Kia Forum as a part of his D-Day tour, very few were actually able to process the information. He became the first rapper in history to bridge the 3 million gross revenue for a single arena concert. With an entire arena rapping with him bar for bar, he proved once again that he makes language irrelevant when it comes to music. Drake, however, already broke this record as he crossed the 5 million mark in his Capital One Arena as part of his It's All a Blur tour. Chinese currency overtakes the American dollar in China's international payments. In March, the renminbi surpassed the US dollar for the first time and became the dominant currency in China's own cross-border payments, according to China's State Administration of Foreign Affairs, or SAFE. The US dollar, being the world's reserve currency, actually enjoys being the mode of payment for most international transactions. This has boosted the US economy and has given it great power and influence over international economy and politics. For years and years, several countries have been making moves to dethrone the dollar. China seems to be making the greatest amount of success. This year, the BRICS nation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and newly inducted countries have all agreed to start using China's currency, the yuan, and their own local currencies instead of the dollar to conduct business, with Middle East countries supplying more than 30% to 40% of the world's oil. This move could truly shift the global economic power away from the US. Keep your cameras rolling. This is going to be a wild ride. Faker wins his 4th ring. Faker, real name Yi Sang-yok, is considered the Michael Jordan of esports. This year, he won his 4th League of Legends World Championship, making him the most decorated League of Legends professional player. More importantly, this year became the most watched esports championship, peaking at 6.3 million viewers. While esports is gaining momentum, professional sports like NBA and MLB are losing viewership. This year's NBA championship viewership declined by almost 1 million, while the MLB averaged 9.11 million viewers with a 4.7% rating, the lowest average over the series that has been recorded since the media company Nielsen began publishing ratings in 1963. Gaming is a bigger industry than the movie and music industry combined. It isn't surprising for South Korea and other countries like China push and support the industry. If the US doesn't catch up, we will see Asians dominate the game and the industry. Mali, the loneliest elephant in the world, is free. Mali, known as the world's saddest elephant, has died at the Manila Zoo. The Asian elephant earned the nickname because she was the only captive elephant in the Philippines and lived alone at the zoo for decades. Female elephants are known to spend their entire lives with their herd. Mali lived at the zoo for about 45 years. Paul McCartney worked with PETA to campaign for her transfer to an elephant sanctuary. The city of Manila refused to release Mali because she was the main attraction of the zoo. While I hoped for Mali to actually have the experience living the rest of her life with her own kind, free to roam around, a part of me is relieved that she won't have to endure loneliness anymore. May there be no more Mali in the world. Chris Wu is sentenced to 13 years in prison. Former EXO member Chris Wu, whose real name is Wu Yifan, has been sentenced to 13 years in prison after being investigated in multiple allegations of sexual assault in China. The Beijing court dismissed Wu's appeal. China adopts a two-trial system, so the second court's decision is actually final. The court has also ordered that Wu be deported from China once he finishes his sentence. Wu is Chinese-Canadian. The most powerful man in J-pop took his crimes to his grave. Johnny Kitagawa was a towering figure in the J-pop industry, holding immense power and influence. Up until his passing in 2019, he held several Guinness World Records, including the most #1 artists, the most #1 singles, and the most concert produced by an individual. Despite his remarkable achievements, Kitagawa's career was marred by serious accusations of grooming and sexually assaulting underage boys and young men who aspired to stardom under his management. His overwhelming influence in the industry was such that major local media outlets refrained from reporting these allegations. In 2000, a Japanese entertainment journalist told the New York Times about the dominance of Johnny stars, explaining how the agency could drastically affect an outlet's rating by restricting access to its popular talent. Kitagawa consistently denied any misconduct and was never formally charged. However, the accusations of sexual assault against him generated significant attention both in Japan and globally when they resurfaced this year. In response, his agency has recently issued an apology to the victims, officially recognizing that Kitagawa was involved in multiple instances of sexual assault over his extensive career in the industry. As of September 30, an independent committee set up by Johnny's reported being approached by 478 individuals claiming to be victims of Kitagawa's abuse, with 325 of them requesting compensation. Asia is plagued with population crisis. South Korea's total population is expected to drop from 51.75 million to 36.22 million, a level not seen since 1977, according to Statistics Korea. In a worst-case scenario, South Korea could see a population as low as 30.17 million. That was the country's population back in 1967. Japan, on the other hand, has 122.4 million nationals, down to a peak of 128 million some 15 years ago. But the issue of Japan's shrinking population is not a recent phenomenon. Since 1990s, successive Japanese governments have been aware that the population would start to decline and tried to offer solutions. Nothing has worked. Singapore is experiencing the same thing. Having fewer children means you have a smaller workforce that can contribute to the economy. And Singapore's high life expectancy, the dependency ratio will increase. Singapore's population is aging rapidly, and 1 in 4 Singaporeans will be over 65 years old by 2030. Asians, you've got great genes, make more babies. Jungkook could be the next pop superstar the US desperately wants. Jungkook hits top spot in Billboard Hot 100 with 7, becoming the 3rd Asian and 2nd BTS member to do so. But that is not all. Jungkook absolutely whacked everybody in the chart. He is the first Asian-born and bred singer to spend 5 consecutive weeks in the top 40 of the Billboard 200, proving his solo power on the global stage. But that's not all. Golden also became the best-selling album by a Korean artist in Billboard 200 history, breaking yet another record. Jungkook is also the first K-pop soloist to hold the number 16 spot on the Billboard Artist 100 for an amazing 17 weeks. And if I continue listing his achievements, we're going to be here all week. What's important is what this could possibly signal. The US is in desperate need and want of a young pop star. Many seem to agree that Olivia Rodrigo was the last pop superstar in Hollywood music industry has produced. And yet, her 2024 tour tickets are yet to be sold out. They're doing good, by the way. This is something Jungkook would have easily sold out had he gone on tour. With his decision to enlist with his bandmates, many are anticipating BTS will tour as a group when they all conclude their service in 2025. This means the world has to wait a little longer to see what he can do as a solo artist. However, he fired a warning shot, and when he does his thing, others can only take cover. What about you? What are the things that you think were monumental, something that really changed, not just K-pop, but the entire global music industry? Anything that you think I missed? Let me know in the comment section. I really want to hear your perspective. I know that we all come from different backgrounds, so what I may think is special may not be special for you. What I think is ordinary may be special for you. What I think is significant may be insignificant to you. So I hope that you can share your perspective and also explain, like, if you find something is really important, let us know why, because those things, I believe, provide us a better understanding on where you're coming from, your culture, your tradition, how things are, especially if you're coming from another country. So yeah, I hope that we can take something fun like this as an opportunity to actually share a little bit more about ourselves. Okay, I hope that was fun. As I've said, if there's anything that I missed, let me know in the comment section. You can say anything that you want to say, but please be respectful. Also, you can get in touch with me in any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now. Please follow me on Twitter. I'm going to start uploading some new content there, separate from what I do here. All right, thank you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course hit that notification button and subscribe to the channel, and share the video if you can. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's almost New Year.